Hey there, and welcome to Hot Seat. And we are here to explore the reasons of why. What's the why? What's the purpose? What drives business owners to do what they do? I'm your host, Kelvin Holiday, and I am enjoying the fact that we can explore people's why and motivate others. So stay tuned for this exciting new episode. 15 minutes, fast paced. Let's do it. So welcome once again to Hot Seat, and today we have an absolute legend, Ann DeVere from Access to Experts. And I've known Ann for quite some time, actually many years ago, got to know Ann through one of the mastermind classes. And what she does is quite unique. What she's about is about helping you to be able to take your expertise, get that into an online product and actually take it through the roof. So Ann, I'm really looking forward to this one. Come on into the hot seat, mate.
Hello, Cal.
How you going, buddy? Look, it's been a while. We've known each other. We met each other through Michael Griffiths coming back some years ago, back in Australia when you were coming to Australia. That's right.
Yes, it was, I believe, 2017. My first time in Australia was in 2017. Yes, good memory.
Oh mate. This old noggin's got a little bit. So, and I'm going to start off with a question today. All right. So you're all about this, getting access to experts. What got you started in that? What was the passion or the motivation that got you into that space?
Well, Access to Experts, actually, my late husband and I started many years ago. We were training experts to be interviewed on network television in the US,
Right.
talk shows on breaking news stories. And my part was to get them to share their story in 3 minutes. What they do, how do they do it, get the information out. And I just love doing it. I love finding those beautiful nuggets in people and just watching them light out. So yeah, that's how I got started.
Mate, that is gold. And the reality is that people like you and I, we probably talk too much. All right. So I know that I know that I do, but sometimes, getting people to say, like to say, number one, they're an expert, like to actually own up and to own that part and then to actually speak about it. So I'm intrigued. Like how do you go about, like obviously you're passionate about this. So how do you go about getting somebody who's maybe a little bit timid and taking them to that next stage of getting there and calling themselves an expert?
Well, the secret is this. Whatever it is that we do, it got started from a passion place. Usually it's tied into a life experience of sort. You'll see, healthcare practitioners, become a doctor or a nurse because a family member was sick. So being able to tap into that passion, their why, it opens up the door. And of course, there are different components, but that's where it starts. It's the story itself. And it's just fascinating because each one of us, we have a very unique story. Even if it's about the same topic, it's still unique because each one of us has our unique experiences that take us down that road that we have chosen.
Yeah, all about the why. Simon Sinek, that's what
Yeah.
hot seat's all about, is that why, that passion. I can see it coming out of you here today. And so you say your late husband and you started this. So what's like when you talk about passion, because sometimes business just gets damn hard, all right? And it does get hard at times. So what would be some of the things that's during this space that and this time that has kept you motivated, that's really kept you focused on your why?
Well, there's actually three parts to all of us staying in our passion. The first part is our expertise. That's what we do. And for me, I'm just good at pulling out stories, I'm really good at it. The second part is our life experiences that connect to it, as I was saying before. And I had a lot of struggle in the beginning when I was a corporate executive and I wanted to be home with my brand new daughter. And I didn't know how to do that because I was traveling 4 to 6 months a year. And how was I going to raise a baby and do that. So that was my first why, the passion it connected to. I said, well, I have to find something that I can do and be home with her. So that was the starting point, right? But then the third component of this, the code, if you will, is our natural gifts, right? And in my case, I just love lifting people. Even as a child, I was always helping people and doing things, raising people up, if you will. So when I started looking at, well, what can I do? What do I have to work with? And how can I help people? It all kind of came together. Well, one aspect of it was my late husband, as I said, he used to be in television. He was a director of 6 o'clock news and Emmy award-winning video editor. So now I said, oh my goodness, so we can actually create stories and help people to share their expertise. And so that, I guess the best way I can describe it is each one of us, we have this unique combination of expertise and passions and our natural gifts. I call them divine gifts, because we're born with them. And so when we choose what we want to do, which ones we actually are most passionate about, which ones are we really good at, which ones we love to do, that becomes our unique code. And I have found mine. I have found mine in wanting to help people, wanting to find their stories, wanting to find their unique experiences, their unique gifts, and put it all together. And everybody is different, so I stay fired up. As soon as I see somebody's eyes light up, I get fired up. And so it's that never-ending fire in the belly, if you will, right?
Oh, look, mate, it is, when you see that penny drop, you see that that moment in a person's face. Yeah, I resonate with that beautifully, mate, and it really does. It lights me up inside. You see somebody who might be feeling a bit down and not quite got it. All right, and yes, so I'm really interested. So some of the people, like you don't have to name names, but what are some of the industries that you've actually worked in? And is there a particular industry that you really think that is your favorite one? And another one is there an industry that people don't think themselves as an expert that might be an opportunity for people?
Oh my goodness, that's a loaded question. Yes,
That is a very
absolutely.
loaded question. I'm going to put you on the spot. This is a hot seat for a reason.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm just gonna divide them up, and then take them one at a time. Well, to me, I like to address the whole person, whenever, whatever challenge we have, it doesn't make a difference, what the challenge is, it falls under money, health, or relationships, and one affects the other. If we have money challenges, we have relationship challenges. We have money challenges, we have health challenges because we get stressed and vice versa. So for me, I'm always looking to bring to the information that I bring to be addressing the whole person. So the industries, money, business, they go together, health, relationships. And the one thing that if we are not centered and balanced, our spirituality, if we're whatever our belief may be, regardless. And if we don't have a higher purpose, if you will, we never really get grounded. So I look at those four: empowerment, spirituality, relationships, and of course, money management and business. So those are the areas. And how do they connect? Well, I'll give you an example. So let's say somebody is a health practitioner, let's say a doctor, right? Now, they may be interviewed for their expertise as it comes to health. However, they can also be interviewed on a, let's say, relationship show on how stress affects your relationship, how you respond to your partner. And they can go on a business show and they can talk about how stress affects your business, or how does your business affect your stress level, and how does it affect your health, and so they're all tied in. And if the expert is able to see how their unique gifts affects people in all the areas of their life, again, going back to money, health, relationships, and spirituality, then they can go anywhere because there's always a tie-in. And a lot of people don't look at that, Cal. They don't look at that. They don't see it. When I point it out, they're like, wow, I believe that, but I didn't know I could speak on that, you know? And it just, again, it's wonderful to see their eyes light up. It
Yeah.
just fires me up.
Look, again, such resonance, such resonance. Yeah. See, I started as a carpenter, so now here I am now owning a software company and an outsourced company. But my passion has always been the same. How do I help people? How do I make people happy? That's what lights me up. That's my why. The mechanism, the actual what you do, really in some cases doesn't make a lot of difference because, as you said, it's about those core, those four pillars. So what we've got, spirituality, all right, so that, beautiful relationships, money, and what was the other one?
Health.
Health.
Our health, yeah.
How insightful is that? So wow. I am so you just use the example of a doctor who could talk on relationships in different areas. Maybe like I'm going to put you right in the hot seat now.
No worries, go for it. I love
I'm
this.
going for it, mate. I'm going for it. So when we start to think about some different industries, so some industries that go, gee whiz, how can I be an expert across multiple areas? What's some industries like? I want to really get the listeners today to really think that they've got a story and they've got a why to share, and it's going to motivate somebody. So maybe what's some of the barriers? Maybe might be a better way to do it. What's some of the barriers to getting people to really step up and own their expertise?
Well, it's not really barriers. It's
Mhm.
it's more them uncovering
Yeah,
uh,
love that.
their experience. What I find, people don't really give enough credit to their experiences. Now, let's take, in work, over the years, and right now, by the way, because I am relaunching my entire business from a different perspective because my husband is no longer with us. He was my business partner. So I said, okay, I'm restarting. This is the third phase of my life. So what do I want to do? Who do I want to, do it with? Who do I want to support? And that's the question most people don't ask. There's like, what can I do? They don't ask, what do I want to do? So
Yeah,
that's the first thing. So then if you say, what do I want to do? When we go back and we can look at all the experiences they've had throughout, whether from teenager all the way to now, there are some things they've done they absolutely love, but they didn't stay with it, maybe because there was not enough money. But however, they're passionate about that. So we have something from work. And most likely, they're very passionate about what they're doing now, and we could add something else, another component to it because it's expertise they have. So in other words, we just add one more ingredient to the soup. So now the other is when we connect their life experience to why they're passionate about the work they did. What was it about that? So we bring in a life experience. So that's the second component. And when we start looking at their natural gifts, now, these are the things that we're born with, and I believe we all are born with gifts that we're meant to use to serve others and that will sustain us. However, somewhere along the way, we get sidetracked. Like mom and dad, with all their good intentions, they know what they want us to do. Maybe dad wants you to be a doctor, mom says you're a lawyer, whatever. And then we take a test somewhere where it says, oh, you're a CPA. And then we go off and become a CPA. But our true gift, let's say, may be an artist of sort. So there's a CPA walking around who's an artist. Well, how do you combine all this? That becomes the question. So if, regardless of what we're doing, whatever we're doing right now, when we start looking at what are we really good at, we can bring in other components. And I'll give you an example so it doesn't get too convoluted here. One of my clients, she's a coach. Okay. She's a resilient. She's known as the resilient coach because the woman has gone through more things in her lifetime than any one human being should. But she still has this smile on her face. She lights up the room when she walks in. Now, one of her natural gifts, she has a beautiful voice, but she would never make it as a singer. She would not pursue that, especially at this stage in her life. However, she loves to sing. So what we decided to do is that when she is presenting on stage, she can open it up with an inspirational song related to the topic. So that makes her stand out amongst everybody else. She gets to do what she loves, which energizes her, empowers her, and then people are connecting with her because who doesn't love music? But more than anything, when we see somebody who's passionate, we become passionate about them.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, and so putting those three components, which it's a formula. I mean, I kind of I did this over the years. I made it up for myself because I needed to stay passionate. You know, it's important to me. And so I started using it for other people. And again, the light bulbs go off, the eyes light up, but that's it. So identifying those three quadrants, if you will, work, life, and natural gifts, and choosing who you want to be known for, choosing the thing that you really want. And here's one other thing that's really important about this. Hell, there is not a single human being on a planet that has ever been or ever will have those three exact combinations.
Yeah.
That's our unique code. And so when people actually see that they don't have to compete with anybody else, that they're unique, there's nobody else, all of a sudden they're like, oh, I don't have to be like that one. I don't have to sound like that one. I can just be myself. And especially right now, because we're not just, confined to our local area, we can go global. And so, 8 billion people on the planet, we're sure to find enough people who resonate with us and will want to work with us so we can have a thriving business. We just have to choose.
Wow. This is gold, absolute gold. So I'm going to finish off the hot seat, hot tip. What is something you want to share with the listeners today that will just help them to stay, keep it in their why, keep it in their purpose, keep them motivated?
Allow yourself to just dream. Allow yourself, just open the gates and just say, what would I do if I could do anything? And like I was sharing, so what are the work situations that I enjoy? What are my life experiences that I'm passionate about? And what is the thing that I could do all day long and get excited about it? When you start thinking about those three things, all of a sudden you see a lot of possibilities. So allow yourself to dream.
Dream. I love it. And how do people get in contact with you? That's really, yeah. I am sure there's going to be people out there that want to stay in contact and really explore this a little bit further. Want to get access to the experts and maybe wanting to know a little bit more about how to get their expertise out there in the marketplace. So how do people get in contact with you?
Well, it's accesstoexperts.com. And I am everywhere as Ann DeVere. You can also find Access to Experts, and there's my name right there, Ann DeVere. And actually, more likely, there will be a link, I expect, below the video here or wherever it is, so
Absolutely.
they
Yeah,
can get in touch with me.
we'll be putting in the accesstoexperts.com into the link here. But I just want to make sure that people know that you're how to make it access to you, to get access to your expertise, and know that you're going to care and you're going to look after them. So, and it has been an absolute pleasure having you here on a hot seat, and really appreciate the time together that we've had today.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm honored, and it is my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, good. And folks, please make sure that you stay tuned because we are also going to be having Ann come back to us again into tool time. We're going to go a little bit deeper into what it is she does. So we've heard about who she is. Now you can see the passion and the everything that's going on here with Ann. That's awesome, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what are the tools she uses, what are the things that she actually does to help you get your expertise out of the broader network. So again, Ann, thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.
My pleasure. Yes.
Thanks for joining us here at Hot Seat. It's been an amazing, amazing event. It is a place where you can actually enjoy and be inspired by the why of others, the drive of the purpose and the passion. Please like and share this podcast with as many people as you can to inspire them to make a difference in this world. Have an awesome day. Unleash.